Something strange happened. That artifact you carry, it seemed to just come to me.
I know. I felt it.
You felt it fly away from you?
Yes. No. I don't know. The artifact seems to have powers, and a will of its own. It protects us. I don't know how or why, but I'm glad. I felt it go from me to you. You need its help, just as it needs us. Still just a box, after all.
You seemed intrigued when Halson mentioned Dark Justicars.
I was. He mentioned Dark Justiciars, and we've come across other signs of a Sharan presence during our travels. I'm not sure I can dismiss that as a coincidence.
These illithid powers we're developing, what do you make of them?
On one hand, they seem useful. But on the other hand, or perhaps tentacle before long, we know where they're coming from, and what lies at the end of that path. I never expected ceremorphosis to be tempting. I think we should resist these powers. There's simply too many unknowns for us to risk it.
No, I'm just gonna, like, shove them all in my brain. Thank you very much. Did the dwarf change color, or is it the lighting? No, I've always been this, like, pale purple. The odds are stacking against us. Can we truly afford to ignore a potential advantage? I have disadvantage.
Well, perhaps you have a point. Fine. Let's explore these powers then. I just hope we don't come to regret it.
Why were you in pain before?
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow.
So you knew more than you were letting on? I hope to be more honest in the future.
I'll try my best. But secrecy is ingrained in me. Lady Shah considers it greater protection than any shield or armor.
What causes it to hurt you?
It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't think so, but you're sweet to ask. Maybe just be patient the next time you see me wince or cry out. It'll pass quickly enough. It always does. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
Why would your god subject you to such a thing?
I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons.
Talk about Shar
I'm
worship?
sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
I have no problem with Shar worshippers, if that's your concern.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah, Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her?
Remind me, yeah.
My Lady Shah is the Night Singer, the patron of darkness and loss.
Continue.
Most fear the dark, like children, because in darkness they see their fears reflected. But Shah teaches us to step beyond fear, beyond loss. In darkness, we do not hide. We act. Pain, hope, the promise of better days. All of these are heavy cloaks that bend our backs and burden our hearts. We shed those cloaks. Before Shah, we stand gloriously naked, beyond the vanities of mortals.
How exactly do Shar worshippers turn people to their goddess?
We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The institutions they trust, the so-called gods they worship, the lives they cling to. We destroy false idols, topple corrupt organizations, fight heretics wherever they're found. There's often suffering, death even. Many people break before they embrace Shah's truths.
I won't cast judgment on your beliefs.
Curious. Most are afraid of my lady. I think I did well by joining you. Most agreeable company.
They're making these dice rolls over dramatic with the effects. Yeah, they could probably tone it down a little bit, but it might be nice if there was like, I'm sure that somebody will mod it so that it's just like a quick dice roll. No more flashy effects, stuff like that.
Come on then, don't leave me in suspense. How are you feeling? No errant tentacles? No sudden cravings for a more cerebral diet?
I do feel a sudden unrelenting urge to crack open your soul. I'm feeling great. Consuming the tadpoles gives us quite the advantage.
Wonderful. Advantages are a more precious commodity than I'd have hoped, given the nature of our predicament. I commend you on your willingness to take such a risk. Now, let's hope your new illithid fuel prowess tipped the balance suitably in our favor. Was there another matter you wish to discuss?
I was wondering that this condition, why does it require magic?
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
What do you make of having a vampire in the camp?
We all have our burdens, one way or the other.
Alright. Fair enough.
Gone gods. Watching you consume that tadpole was more disgusting than the tadpole itself. Though, I suppose that's not what you wanted to talk about.
What do you think of the illithid potential the Dream Visitor spoke of?
I think that unknowable powers come with unknowable consequences. I can't say I'm not curious. But once you take an illithid by the talon, there's no telling how deep into the abyss it might drag you.
We face untold dangers. Shouldn't we seize every possible advantage?
Yes, I suppose we should. Though I'm more than a bit wary. Still, I am the Frontier's avowed protector. New dangers require new skills to vanquish them. If the tadpole must be my curse, then let the powers it grants me be the Sword Coast's blessing. I will consume what I must to make it so.
How's it feel to be a devil?
It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck, not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see?
Gods, you're so hideous. I see the Blade of Frontiers.
It's because you know the heart lurking under the horns. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe, and one day they will see the Blade of Frontiers again.
How did you come to be the Blade of Frontiers?
My father once said, "One does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call." So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
Whatever became of the boy?
I left him with his uncles. 5 years on, and he's flourishing. If only every child was so lucky. I mourn the ones I could never save, whose cries I never heard. In the boy's tears, I finally saw the suffering wrought by the villains of the wild. The Frontiers demanded a blade, and so I heeded.
And before that?
Baldur's Gate, born and raised, the only son of a single father. He wanted one life for me. I chose another. We haven't spoken since I left the city. A classic drama, a staunch father and his rebellious son. Better heard from the bard's lips than mine.
You should get out of this pact.
A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to.
There must be some loophole in the contract.
There could well be. She has the blighted thing. What I know of it is simply what has engraved itself upon my memory. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mizora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads.
We can beat her if we put our worms together.
We can. I'm sure of it. How glad I am that you see me as more than my patron's pet.
Let's just put our worms together. We'll figure something out.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
Whoops. I hit escape. Oopsie. So you don't really carry anything other than, like, a few useful items. He's mainly for, like, simple vendor trash, I guess. Will disapproves of what? Of me buying stuff from him? Has your research turned up anything that might help with this parasite problem? Oh, is he gonna try to needle my eye again? Because you're not doing that. I just want to know. I don't want you to, like, start doing stuff to me.
My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable. It's not too deep. Just behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction. I've a needle in my tunic, after all. You only have a matter of days to live. Don't dally, my friend.
I guess Will disliked the fact that I talked to him. I don't understand.
I suppose you want to hear about Cazador.
You said he was your master?
My old master. Before the Mind Flayers took me from him. Before this strange, twisted freedom. Cazador Zar is a vampire lord in Baldur's Gate. The patriarch of his coven and a monster obsessed with power. Not political power or military power, I mean power over people. The power to control them completely. He turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn. And he became my tormentor.
Tormentor? What did he do?
He had me go out into Baldur's Gate to fetch him the most beautiful souls I could find. It was a fun little ritual of his. I'd bring them back, and he'd ask if I wanted to dine with him. And if I said yes, he'd serve me a dead, putrid rat. Of course, if I said no, he'd have me flayed. Hard to say which was worse.
Well, you're free now, so enjoy it.
I will. But I won't take it for granted. The Mind Flayers aren't the only monsters out there. And they might not be the only ones hunting us. All I'm asking is that you keep your eyes open. And watch out for anything lurking in the shadows.
If the vampires come looking for you, you're on your own. You keep me safe and I'll do the same.
What more could I ask? Now, is that all?
What do you think about, what do you think is waiting for us in Moonrise?
Who knows? Drow? Mind Flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
What do you make of Raphael's deal?
I won't lie. It's tempting. If I keep the tadpole, I risk transforming into a grotesque monster. If I lose the tadpole, Cazador has control of me, body and soul, and I return to the shadows. It's grim either way. So why not sell what's left of my soul to a devil? Better he has it than Cazador.
Yeah, you're trading one master for another. You'll be a slave either way.
You're familiar with the phrase, better the devil you know? I know Cazador. And I'll take anything that saves me from that.
Fair enough. So about you biting me.
I've already apologized. What more do you want? Unless you're looking for another nibble.
I need to, I need to know how we'll feed you in the future.
No innocence. You have my word. Only villains that we need to kill anyway. After all, you know what I am now. I can fight with all my weapons. Teeth included. And if I happen to drain the occasional bandit during a fight, what's the harm? They're just as dead.
Alright, sounds good.
As am I. I'm starting to feel a little peckish already.
Alright, now comes the lady that's going to be the most mad at me. She's going to be pissed.
Danger! No good will come of devouring a gay worm, no matter what you might think.
Have you thought about making use of the tadpole's power?
Mark my words, this power would be no blessing, but a curse. You might as well ask me to gouge out my eyes for the promise of sight, or slice off my tongue for the promise of taste. Consume all the gay tadpoles you wish. I'm not so craven.
If we must bear the tadpole's burdens, we should also avail ourselves of their power. Nope, didn't work. She's gonna be like, no. I could use inspiration.
Perhaps you... No, that's absurd. When the tadpole has stretched to every pore and slithered through every vein, what am I to do then? It won't hear my screams. It won't care if I beg. I will be remade in its image. My faith in Vlaakith will guide me, and my own might will sustain me. I have no need of this depraved power.
Depraved or not, you're no good to your queen dead. You need these.
You might be right. The Githyanki have long studied Geich and used what we've learned. The Zaithisk itself was devised from such knowledge. The tadpole is perhaps not just a curse, but a weapon I can twist and mold to my advantage. Very well. I will swallow my disgust and avail myself of the parasite's powers.
Excellent. Pet the dog. Yeah! Alright, that should be it. Why are they disapproving? Disapproving of what? She disapproves. Disapprove of what?
You're handsome.
You're drunk.
I am.
Listen up, pick her up.
No, no, an Albert.
Toddlers are easier to please than you lot.
You know, I never pictured myself as a hero. Never thought I'd be the one they'd toast for saving so many lives. And now that I'm here, I hate it. This is awful.
It's not that bad. Think of all the goblins you killed.
True. That was fun. Still, I would have liked more for my trouble than a pat on the head and vinegar for wine.
Take his bottle and try the wine.
It's a heavy, rich red, dry and sharp.
See what I mean? Awful. All I want is a little fun. Is that so much to ask?
We could spend quality time together. What is your idea of a little fun?
By the hells. Sex, my dear. A night of passion. Not with you, just to be clear. I mean, can you imagine? Ugh, no. Anyway, don't let me keep you. I'm sure you have someone else to sniff around.
Hope you're enjoying the night, hero. I certainly am. Cheers to many more like this.
The fuck is that?
Come on, Alfie, make it spicy. I have seen the Kithraki tear a screaming Nyogi's legs from its belly to fashion into blades. Yet, they could not match your nerve today. It was enough to drive me to madness.
What?
A pity for us both you've turned your back on me so often.
Do I be nice or do I be snide? I don't think I really want to piss anybody off. Alright. I'm grateful you're a gifted warrior.
Vlaakith demands of me no less. If only you'd earned the right to lay at my side. Come morning, you will wonder. You will wonder how my lips might have tasted, how my fingers on your skin might have felt. Oh, but do enjoy yourself this night. I intend to myself.
Alright. Weird.
You have no idea how good it feels to see these people smiling. The singing we could probably do without, but even so, thank you.
This might be the wine talking, but I'm feeling inspired. Thinking of writing my next song about you. But I need an angle. Any ideas?
Shut it! I'm not much of a bard. I mean, that's true. How about courage? Class... Well, no. Wow, none of these options seem good. Yeah, I'm not really. I'm not much of a bard.
Oh, come on. There must be something.
Three seems good. Just courage, I guess.
Fitting. You're braver than half this camp combined. That deserves to be remembered.
Everyone seems to be in high spirits. Strange. You know who I never thought I'd find myself caring for?
Yourself? Refugees?
Exactly right. Never gave them much thought. Certainly not that bunch in the grove. Yet we came through for them. We saved their lives. Odd.
Are you worried Shar won't approve?
Something like that. I was taught to reject anything that distracted from Shar. But there'll be time for penance later.
Shadowheart trails off and glances around at the party. She turns back to you, mildly surprised you're still there.
I thought you might have wanted to mingle with the others.
Are you trying to get rid of me?
No, but I thought you might be keen to get away from me. We haven't always seen eye to eye, after all. Besides, I'm sure there's plenty of people who'll be keen to celebrate most thoroughly with you.
Like a dog just... Others? What do you mean?
I mean, you saved the grove. I'm sure you'll find you're quite popular if you look around.
You sure about that? Maybe they dislike me as much as you do.
You're putting words in my mouth. I never said I disliked you. It's just, we have some work to do to get on each other's good sides. And yes, I'm sure there's someone out there for you. Gale's been stealing a glance or three in your direction.
Alright, thanks for the tip. See you later.
I will. But not as much as you'll enjoy yours, I'm betting.
Who do we have over here? Icarian? Who's that?
Look at them all. Guzzling poison like we've the right to be happy.
Are you this unpleasant by nature or choice? Charisma, you should join them.
Perhaps it'll make the evening more tolerable.
Simple enough.
Yeah. I was wanted to sing at the Elfson Tavern. If they
Wex.
have any sense, they'll hire you on the spot.
Think of it. No more caves, no more tents, no more running away. We'll be in a city with roads and markets and homes.
Nice.
Would you look at this place? All these people happy because of us. It's nice to be somewhere where good is still possible. And with good potations, too.
Do you have any parties like this in Avernus?
Not so much. You spend the whole time avoiding swords and schemes. Plus, people just get nastier as the night wears on. I tried to make friends at first. Learned my lesson fast. Better to keep to yourself in hell.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Fuck yes. I'm celebrating my freedom. And our friendship. And these folks' bright future besides. All I need now is a fire-retardant lover to get lost in till sunrise.
I think I've drummed up enough courage to tell you how much I like you.
I like you too. A lot. I'm sure you know that by now. Oh, gods. You know I want that more than fucking anything. I'll come find you when the others have gone to bed. Wait up for me, all right? Yes.
Awkward.
Patience? Have you no respect for showmanship?
Having performance issues, Roland?
Hush you. And behold!
Is that it?
I'll have you know, he can also make them blue.
Never have I met such troglodytes. Now, pass the wine.
None of that poetic stuff. Something like goblins swarmed, but we were brave and fried them all with a thunder wave.
Sherry! That's infernal for cheers. Or possibly turnip.
Okay.
I need to dance! No. No, I need to lie down.
Anybody over here? So let's do that. There we go. Now I can see them.
Thank you.
What for?
I'm glad you sought me out. Amidst all this merriment, I wasn't sure we'd have a chance to speak this evening. I was hoping you'd spare me a moment. There was something rather magical I wished to show you. More's the pity you've already found someone else to make merry with. Just the two of you. You might be in for an adventure with Karlach. More than you bargained for. With a bit of luck. Or perhaps more than you bargained for, full stop. Far be it from me, of course, to question your tastes.
I didn't peg you for a sore loser.
Am I? Perhaps I am. Or perhaps I need another glass of wine. The point is, I have hope. Each new sunrise may yet be the one to coax our budding bond to blossom. But I think it's fair to say, it won't be today's. Now please, go and enjoy your evening. This won't be the first party I've spent moping in self-indulgence with a bottle of wine for company.
Mole, hold on.
You came through for us. That's a change from most adults I know.
That sounded dangerously close to a compliment.
And that sounds like the wine drowning your wits. Go on, enjoy yourself. I've squirreled away a few extra bottles. When the barrel's tapped out, I'll be there to save the night. For a price, of course.
Let's make it 20.
That's my girl.
I don't even think I have a fire resistance potion. There we go. I was just gonna complain that I can't make these bigger. Only up and down, though. That's weird.
We should go down and see the water.
What for? It's all dark and muddy.
Private, too.
So?
I should be out there, talking with them. In just a moment, maybe.
Nothing here. You can craft one? Maybe. Potions? No? He's like elixir of resistance fire. Okay. Filter only craftables. There we go. Arcane cultivation greater? What is that? I don't know what that does. Arcane cultivation.
Yes. Remember what happened last time?
So we'll save anyway.
What are you going to do in the city?
And you magicked up a...
Go on now, don't waste a night like this talking to me. We'll have plenty of time together on the way to Moonrise.
Yeah, take your own advice.
Later, perhaps. Don't worry about me. A night under the stars amidst nature's creation is just what I need after being locked up in that goblin's dungeon. Go on, enjoy yourself. Seek out some wine before it runs dry. There are a lot of thirsty people around here.
Fair enough. An additional spell slot. I'm assuming temporary. Because permanent would be, like, overpowered. I'd be like, all the spell slots! What is that? You're resistant to fire damage and can no longer burn. Alright, let's go to bed. Alright. A whole chicken.
Is this everyone? Numbers have grown so
Hey, a soldier. I think everyone's asleep. May I? Hello, you. I've been waiting for this all night. Isn't it mad? How good life is.
Yeah, it is pretty awesome.
Thank the gods. I was afraid I was the only one. 10 years is a long time to be trapped in the hells. 10 years without a kind word. A touch. When I look at you, I feel real again. Alive. Gods, I want to ride you till you see stars.
Yeah, you don't have to ask me twice.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't tease you, or myself. I'd give anything to touch you, but I can't. Not until I can be sure I won't burn you.
I know some magic that might let me handle your fire. I actually don't know magic, and I don't think it'll... Because it says magic, I don't think it'll let me take the spell. Or the potion. How about just a kiss?
I'll turn you to charcoal. Guaranteed.
The flames get worse when you're excited. What if we cool you down?
Around you. Tall order. But if you've got an idea, I'm all ears.
Let's try the magic angle.
Sleep on it, maybe. If you've thought of something by morning, I'd love to know. For now, it's enough just to know you care enough to try.
Sag.
I trust you enjoyed your evening. After all your efforts, it was well deserved. It may be some time before you're afforded another such night. There is much to be done. Moonrise Towers beckons. I've told you all I know, and now I'll join your camp to help you face whatever's to come. With luck and the Oak Father's blessings, we might actually survive. Are you ready?
Yeah, what lies ahead again?
There is a terrible curse surrounding Moonrise Towers. A shadow curse that drains away all light and life. Few can resist it without dying or transforming into shadow beings. You can try to journey overland if you wish, but I strongly advise you go under. There is a tunnel leading from the Temple of Selûne right down into the Underdark and beyond. The entrance is hidden somewhere in the ruins. I believe if you find this entrance, you'll discover a route that leads to Moonrise Towers, bypassing the worst of the Shadow Curse. Aradin and his lot were looking for the same entrance. They sought an artifact called the Night Song that was supposed to be housed somewhere down there.
I found the hidden entrance. The way is clear.
Already? If only I'd gone with you instead of Aradin. I would like to join your camp, if you'll allow me. I can offer my skills, my counsel. I've long sought to return to Moonrise Towers. It seems our fates have aligned.
You want to come to Moonrise as well? Why?
Unfinished business, and a lifetime of regret to repair. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his dark justiciars years ago, but I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness across the region before he was defeated. I spent years researching the curse, trying to put an end to it. Nothing has worked. Yet, if I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse. Same as you may find a cure for your infection.
Is that why you went with Eredin? He might uncover this route?
Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something about both the Shadow Curse and Ceramorphosis aberrations. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Eredin and his band. We didn't even get close.
Well, let's go then. Well, what about the Grove?
I've chosen a successor as first druid, Francesca of the High Forest. A bird's already been dispatched to summon her.
Couldn't Nettie take over?
I need her to stay focused on her training. The Grove will need a skilled healer in my absence. The Grove needs to move beyond the mistakes of the past. What it needs is an unknown quantity. An outsider who can enforce the Oakfather's teachings without bias. This is why I chose Francesca. She will restore simplicity and purity to the Grove in my absence.
Yeah, won't this cause a little resentment?
Resentment will spring up like mushrooms no matter what I do. You cannot please everyone, and you'd be a fool to try. Now, we've quite the journey ahead. Best get started.
Okay.
Hey, you.
Hold on, let me save. I don't want to say something and piss her off. Although I doubt that'll happen, but...
Hey, you.
I'd love to be able to touch you properly.
Where would you start?
This is so awkward. Number 2.
You give me chills, baby. No mean feat at my temperature. Gods, we better find a way to cool me off soon. I'm not sure how much more of this I can take. Hey, you.
Okay. Everything else is kind of just like rehashing stuff. You and Mizora seem to know each other.
We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. She favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted.
You think she'll keep coming after you?
I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride.
I can see why you were so keen to get out of there.
No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players.
What's it been like not being able to touch anybody?
Sad. I couldn't let myself feel sad in the Hells. Letting my guard down would have been a death sentence. And letting, say, a Cambion near me would have been disastrous. I thought it best just to
keep my distance. But loneliness that deep gets into the marrow. Now that I'm here, among friends, I can feel it burning out of me. Little by little, step by step.
Sounds like we need to fix your engine as some infernal iron. I've got some.
Let's hope Damon is as good as he seems. Once my engine's handled, I can focus on more important matters. Tadpoles, cults, frosty pints.
I'd like to try cooling you down.
If you have any ideas, I'm all for it. Give me all you've got.
Okay, well that's weird. So I can't, like, even if I had something like chill touch or whatever, that's not gonna have an effect. Here's a question. Is she actually already immune to cold damage? You have resistance to fire damage, only taking half. Opportunity attack, Heart of Iron. No. So she's resistant to fire damage. Then that makes her Hello? That makes her resistant to cold damage as well. So she's resistant to both fire and cold. That's good. Send to camp. Barbarian clothes, we'll send those to camp. Those... Wait, hold on. There's no reason to wear this now. Send that to camp. Alright. So I guess we're done. Make a hard save after that.
There's something I want to talk to you about. Something important.
Okay.
I could have died in that pod, back on the Nautiloid. You could have died, spending precious moments trying to free me, but you did it anyway. I owe you my life. I'm trying to say that you've earned my trust in a way very few ever have. I want that to mean something. I want you to know more about me, at least from what I can remember. As long as I've prayed to Lady Shah, I've wished to serve her as a Dark Justiciar. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shah, save perhaps if you become the head of her church. To become a Dark Justiciar is to become the Night Singer's sword arm, her implement with which she will cast down the unbelievers and win the final battle to restore her perfect, endless darkness. It's all I ever wanted. I prayed it was my calling. But Mother forbid me from seeking to prove myself worthy of the rank. She said I was not ready. Not my mother, I should add. The Mother Superior, head of Lady Shah's enclave in Baldur's Gate. Sometimes I wonder if she would ever deem me ready. I owe her everything, and I only wish to serve, yet she can prove inscrutable.
Sounds like a bitch. That was a load of nothing. You think she'll ever relent?
I don't know. Perhaps if I succeed in my mission and reach Baldur's Gate, Hope has little place amongst Lady Shah's children. It's an illusion, a distraction. But for this, I hope my time will yet come.
Gross. I don't understand why be secretive about such ambition.
Dark justiciars are hated by many, judged to be ruthless fanatics. Even the few who would accept a follower of Lady Shah would likely balk at a justiciar in their midst. But there's a simpler answer to your question. I simply forgot about the desire I had until I saw some things that reminded me. Now, I can't get it out of my mind.
Well, thanks for sharing. That's it, just thanks. Okay, bye. There's a bear.
The air feels different.
Turn that off.
Colder.
Alright, so... completed. I don't care about any of the clues. Pale elf. Enemies are fair game. Alright, so really it's the Underdark stuff. There must be a way to reach the end. Okay. Sussar trees can be found in the Underdark. Okay. Found a memory shard that revealed the location. Find the missing boots. Discover secrets of the artifact. Interesting. Okay, that's technically done. The Githyanki patrol in the northwest. We may want to go do that next. Hey, what's up, Lucid? Alright, so let's go look for the Githyanki Creche. That was way over here, wasn't it? Githyanki patrol. So let's go to the Blighted Village, I guess. Then we'll go north. Oh, that's... Oh.